What's going on, everyone? So I'm gonna do another bass drum microphone DIY. Recently I had done one where I did a clip-on mic, but I'm not using that because the silver was just, it was too bright for me, but it is a great DIY. If you haven't seen that, here's a video here. Now, thanks to the help of my buddy Dan, we're gonna create the ultimate low-boy bass drum microphone stand that is still adjustable. Right now, I just put on these new decals for my Spaz Approved and the DW, and I did some adjusting to the boom stand, but I just want to get rid of the boom stand altogether and make it as clean as I can. Luckily, I have several of these stands, so we took one apart and did some modifications to it, and today we're going to build it together and come out with a new microphone stand to clean this up. So let's get going. Let me show you how we're gonna build a low-boy adjustable microphone stand for the bass drum. Here we go. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take this stand and we're gonna take it apart. And what I realized, which was really nice, is that if I go ahead and take this microphone off, just by untwisting this, and then I take this base off altogether. So let's untwist this one. Oh no! Total party fail. That's right. Let's see. Now if we take this top off for this boom arm, this bass drum microphone fits right onto this stand, which is really awesome. The only problem is that now once I put it back here, it is too tall to fit into my kick port. Now I could rearrange the head. The only problem is I just put these decals on, so that's not gonna work in any way, shape, or form. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take apart all the pieces from the stand, and this bar here comes out, and we're gonna cut it down. And that's where my buddy Dan came into play. So I found that this thing has two parts. We've got just this bar, and then inside is the part that expands, but if you keep taking this apart, you can take out everything on the inside of this and have just the bar. So we can take that apart, and now we have this bar. So what I did is I gave this bar to my buddy Dan, and check out what he did. So the first step Dan did was get this set up so that he could cut it into multiple sections. He decided it would be best that if he did it in 3 sections, he could just remove the middle piece, leaving us with one piece once welded back together that has the original threads on the end. The next step from there was to remove all of the powder coating to get it ready for welding. He went ahead and tack welded it together, make sure everything was nice and even, and then finished welding that, and it looks amazing. The final step is to sand it smooth and clean out the inside so that we can prep it and get it ready for paint and final touches. So now, thanks to Dan, I've got my shortened pipe, but that inside piece is now too long. Once I put this in there, it sticks out. So I'm gonna put it in the vise and use my handy dandy pipe cutter to cut this down so that we can put it inside here and it doesn't stick out the bottom. So let's cut this down so we can put it in there. The last step is painting the piece that we had already taken the powder coating off, and to do so I just bought some Rust-Oleum. It's a paint and primer, just a gloss black. It says it does wood, metal, plastic, and more. let's go ahead. Let's give this thing a couple of coats. Now we wait.
A few moments later, a few minutes later, a few inches later, 12 seconds later, 3 days later, 3 weeks later, many months later, 6.5 hours later, 1 eternity later, 2,000 years later, 3:28 a.m. tomorrow, day 2, day 3, day 4.
Check it out, guys. I now have a shortened, extendable bass drum mic stand. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on there and see how it works out. So let's take this and let's put it down there. Look at that. Perfect. Super clean, super simple. No more boom arm. You can see all the decals. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching. Check it out. I now have an extendable. Check it out. I now have a super short, extendable boom stand or mic stand for my bass drum. All right, check it out. I now have an extendable mic stand, expandable. Check it out, guys. I now have an extendable short mic stand. I want to say boom, but it's not a boom. Don't say boom. Let's just start that over.